Hello, my name is Ssekandi Ronald Ssegujja, and I come from Uganda in East Africa. I am a law student at Kampala International University in my final year. The story of how I started writing Our World dates back to a certain day when I was seated in class, attending my lectures as usual. And then I caught myself absent-minded. I was thinking about, for the very first time actually, whether I really wanted to be a lawyer. And then I also remembered that in the evenings when my friends went for group discussions discussing law of contract and everything, I always ended up going for poetry slams around Kampala, going to book club meetings. Then I thought that, well, maybe this is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is what really makes my heart race.
There's no hurry in Africa. So we see it in old age music and dance around fireplaces, singing our souls out and dancing. Mpenzi we, mimi nakupenda. And in this we find true freedom, singing our souls out and dancing.
And 2 years ago I started an organization called Writing Our World, which was meant to give a platform to young writers to contribute to transforming our society. In these past 2 years, we have found that we actually achieved more than we set out to do. We were able to bring the writing programs and other workshops that we had in over 10 primary schools and over 20 secondary schools in Uganda. We also worked on a binational project with IDBET Rwanda, in which we were able to benefit over 5,000 students, both in Uganda and in Rwanda. And that showed us the power of a dream that we once had as a small thing, but it has now expanded beyond our expectations. In the next 10 months, we shall be working on a project titled Young Writers for Peace, which will include getting a group of at least 25 young writers, and then taking them through a 3-month training program that will include writers' workshops, writers' camps, using debating and spoken word to pass on skills for communication. Then it will evolve to a stage where these young writers will go out in the communities and actually meet and talk to peace builders, hear their stories, and then they are tasked to come up with creative ways of telling these stories. Now what we could expect is these young people will set up poetry shows. They could probably transform what they have got from the communities into theater that they can show to the communities. We could also have them publishing the work and the stories of these local peace builders into a book and essays in the newspapers. So we shall need so much of the cooperation of the media and international community in passing out these stories. Lastly, we shall have a final event, a grand event in which we shall celebrate the work of the young writers and also the local peace builders. So we shall invite policymakers, governments, embassies, international bodies that are interested in peace and listening to the stories of peace, and then we shall be able to recognize the work of these young people and the local peace builders. We hope to fund this project with contribution from our long-term friends like the US Embassy in Kampala, the Pan-African Movement, the individual schools that we have worked with in Uganda, individuals like you. And we are also setting up a storytelling agency, which we are going to call Fireplaces Africa, that will offer storytelling consultancy services to international and local non-profits, social businesses, and other entities within our communities, so as to raise certain income to fund our projects.
It's Hamburg, not Munich.
Writing Our World will continue working and putting out programs that will enable us to achieve our vision, which is an environment in which young people gain skills that enable them to critically think and analyze issues so as to actively participate in their communities.